on the scene with Purpose TV here in Greensboro at Why Not Wednesday. Tonight we have Jugo Alexander, a local favorite who hosts events around North Carolina. How are you?
I'm doing pretty well. Happy for you guys to be here. I appreciate the support. It's always beautiful to see people come out to my events.
So, can you tell me about your shirt? It says, "Can I do my thing? Why not?"
So, Why Not Wednesdays originally started in Miami, and I kind of brought it here when I moved. It originally started for me to get people to network more with everything that they wanted to do with their artistry and their professionalism. Then I turned it into an event where it's just a showcase of all of who you are in the sense of your expression. So, can you do your thing? Of course. Why wouldn't you want to do your thing?
So, how long have you been doing Why Not Wednesday?
Technically, since the first time I started the event in Miami, I would say about 3 years, but consecutively every week in Greensboro, it's been going on for about a year and 3 months now.
So, what made you want to create an event like Why Not Wednesday in the Greensboro area specifically?
Pretty much I put myself in a place where I needed to network to further myself, and I always say 3 B's to my life: bosses, build, bridges. And that's what I'm trying to be, and that's what I'm trying to build, and that's what I'm trying to get other people to realize, that the bridge itself is the handshake, it's the network, it's the people that you put in place to be better so that you can be better.
So, you're an artist yourself, right? You do music? So what inspires you to do music and write and perform?
I've been through a lot of things in my life that kind of led me to a point where creative expression was my only way to vent. That's kind of like how I pray, in a sense, and that's how I kind of release my stress. So I let music kind of take me away, because the one thing about our footsteps in life is rhythmic, and that's what rhythm does. It just takes your footsteps and lets you float. So I use that as my getaway.
So what things do you have for Greensboro coming up?
Well, the biggest thing that I have right now going on is the Savage Prep program. Save and value all genuine energy, prepare, respect, excellence, and power. It's with middle school students at Harrison Middle School. We're teaching them how to professionalize their creative expression through trademarks, LLCs, and just genuine professional artistry, putting themselves out there. So that's one thing. And then the next thing, as far as events, is Cream of the Crop Rooftop. It's a part of Soya Supermarket Weekend, and it's going to be a great event. It's going to be a number of different famous models out here, a lot of different photography. It's going to be a fashion flex. It's a day party. It's going to be beautiful.
That's dope. I'll definitely be in attendance to that. All right, so how can people contact you?
Well, people can contact me at Soya Life on Instagram, Twitter. Also, my personal is Daddy Jugo, DADDYJUGO. Twitter and Instagram. And again, I appreciate you guys.
All right, thank you so much, Jugo. All right, and my name is Saul. Back to you in the studio.
Thank you for tuning in to our very first episode on Purpose TV. I'm your in-studio host, Corey Jones. And this is Purpose TV, where we don't discover stars by accident. We discover them on purpose. And our first ever guest is no one else but the lovely and talented Miss Angel Babie Penn. How are you doing, Mrs. Penn?
I'm doing great, Corey. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, it's also great to have you. Mrs. Penn, a lot of people don't know you, so can you please tell them a little bit about yourself?
All right, my name, of course, is Angel Babie Penn. I'm the owner of Double A Exposure, Inc. We do promotion. We do our own live shows. You know, I like to hire artists in the local area. I also have people who book me to coordinate their shows and promote their shows. I'm also the owner, founder, and creator of the Feature Highlights Award Ceremony.
Featured Highlights Award Ceremony. You know I know that.
Yeah, you know. I know.
I won 2 awards. That's 2, not 1, but 2 awards. The first one was 2017 Comedian of the Year. Mm-hmm. The second was 2017 Playwright of the Year. You know,
yeah, you call me every day.
Every day.
Awards, trying to
every day.
Find out if you won.
Every day I was, Auntie, did you hear anything about my awards? Did they say anything? I was calling every day. But about Feature Highlight Awards, because a lot of our people don't know what they are, what that is. Can you please give me a little explanation of what it is, and how did it start, and when did it start?
It was a vision that was given to me. It's about supporting others, and if you don't understand Feature Highlights has a broad range of categories. We have 34 categories. So when I say arts, arts can go from one spectrum to the next. It's just not singing, it's just not dancing, it's just not photography. It's quite a few, genres. So it came about because I wanted to show people that if nobody else supported them, that I supported them.
Awesome, and that means a lot to an artist. I know a lot of artists out here appreciate support, and to have someone such as yourself doing an award ceremony such as that for us entertainers who don't think that anyone recognizes us or is even looking at us means a lot. So I will say, for all the other entertainers out there, we appreciate you.
Thank you.
What's one of the best experiences you had doing Future Highlight Awards?
Well, I have met so many people, and the Feature Highlights Awards have drawn people from Atlanta, from Miami, Virginia, from several areas. And so I've met some wonderful people who are doing great things. And I think these people are going to be in some big places pretty soon. So I'm just happy to say that when they make it there, I supported you before you got there.
For real, for real. Don't forget where the support came from. That's
Exactly.
the motto. I've noticed you also have Vanessa Ferguson up there. She was also on The Voice.
Oh yes, most definitely. She's awesome. She's a person that I love personally, and I love her singing, her personality. She's just a class act all the way around.
I want to ask you this, Angel Babie Penn, because that's a very unique name. So where did you get that name from?
Why is everybody so concerned with Angel Baby Penn?
Because it's a unique
Because
name.
everybody asks me that. When I was growing up, I was called Angel Baby, and Angel Penn is my name. So, Angel Baby Penn. And someone reported me on Facebook and said that wasn't my real name, so Facebook said you have to take it down. So I sent Facebook, I'm a published author. I'm author and a published writer. Most people don't know that. So I had to send that information along with my birth certificate, and I also told, Facebook, Google me. I ain't got no money to Google me.
So Facebook know the baby.
So they come back and they was like, you're absolutely right. So they put Angel Baby Penn back on Facebook.
Okay, so whoever reported her, just so you know, Facebook knows the baby, okay? Facebook knows the baby. So, you're very knowledgeable in things. I've noticed that as well. Is there a piece of advice you can give someone out here who's just started in the entertainment world, just in life in general?
Well, I think the biggest thing is I see a lot of people who want to go into business, but they don't know business. I think artists should stay in the artist lane, and I'll make sure that they get someone who knows the business. Sometimes that's where they mess up at, because you can't sing don't mean you know business.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying?
Absolutely. We're going to get right back to y'all. We're going to check in with our correspondents and be right back.
Hey, we're at Purpose TV. You know what it is. It's Dev, the Dynamic Wonder, and I'm here in Charlotte, North Carolina. And in Charlotte, they have something called HeatRadio1.com. And I am sitting here with the owner, operator, entrepreneur, the one, the only DJ AJ, Artie Johns, a.k.a. Mr. Nonstop, a.k.a. I do everything, so leave me alone.
Stop it.
Oh, I was just saying. What's going on, AJ?
I'm not paying you for that.
No, I'm saying.
That's a good one.
It's true. This is how it goes down. So, you've been at this for 9 years, 10 years?
Mm-hmm.
So this is your 10th year anniversary?
This is coming up on the 10th year. It's the 10th year anniversary as far as starting to put it into the form of business.
Okay.
I met a few people over the course of the last 2 or 3 years that took an interest, I would say 4 years, that took an interest to Heat Radio 1 by way of streaming online. I met some DJs, incredible DJs, Sesame, DJ Dre Lodge, DJ Gmo, different people like that. I met them over the streaming, and then like yourself, I met you with Lisa Banks and Sheila Ingram, and all the cast, all the different people that's coming into Heat Radio 1. We're all about business.
So listen, what even made you start your own, internet radio?
Well, man, when I was listening to music, like getting in my car or traveling or anything, I would always say, man, I gotta make a CD, or I gotta make MP3 or something to, listen to, because everything on the radio felt like within 20 minutes it'll regenerate. You'll hear it again, like over and over and over and over.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't hearing everything the way that I felt like we're able to give. Like, you don't hear jazz as much on radio stations. You don't hear gospel a lot. Like, when I say gospel, I mean there are stations that'll say we play these genres of music, but they have maybe 10 or 15 songs that you're gonna hear throughout the whole day, and that's it.
Right, now keep feeding.
And that's different with Heat Radio. We don't want to give away all our secrets as to why so many people love us, but we do give a variety.
So basically, it's not we just play this.
Nah.
We play everything.
Everything good.
Okay, everything
If
good.
it's
I like
good.
that.
If it's good, we play.
Is that 24 hours a day?
24 hours, 7 days a
7
week,
days a week.
366 days a year.
Wow. How do you keep up with all that? All the shows that you have, all the music that needs to be played. Like, how do you keep up with all that?
Whew. It's challenging, but it's energy. It's fuel. It's great. It's me. It's life. It's what I do. It's what I love. It's what I breathe. It's what I think of. So, you know, like if I'm cheating on my wife, it's Heat Radio.
Heat Radio on cheat?
Yeah. That's the culprit.
Right. You also have FM too, right?
Yes, 87.9, which is a non-commercial FM station.
Okay.
We're going to be moving that as well on the dial. You know, in the near future, I plan on using my own finances to move to a FM station commercialized.
All right.
And I would like for the market area to be like from Greensboro to Charlotte. Like a lot of people can't see that neither, but with the internet and the new technology and the different things, Google Fiber and all these different things, we're gonna set trends for people like we've been doing. It's entertainment, so you know, in entertainment you should be able to get with great qualified people, and everybody do exactly what they say they can do. Just stay in their lane and do it, and it should be no problem. And that's for everybody that's out there trying to do entertainment. Y'all should stay in your lane. Do what you do. Don't do what I do. Do what you do. Right?
And do it well.
And do it well.
There you go.
Yeah.
I'm sitting here with DJ AJ from HeatRadio1.com, Charlotte. And back to you guys in the studio.
Peace.
And now we're back in the studio, and thank you to our correspondent for that bit of information. We're back with the lovely Miss Angel Babie Penn. Mrs. Penn, let me ask you this, and I don't want you to be biased. What are one of your favorite performances at the Feature Highlight Awards?
Wow, you put me on the spot.
On the
with that
spot,
one,
on the
'cause, you
spot,
know,
on the spot.
all the performances, all last 3 years, been great. But if I have to choose some of my favorites, it was 3 Stacks, of course.
3 Stacks, C. Ricardo Briggs, Gina.
But my all-time favorite was Tanya Marie Bunch.
Hey.
Because she contacted me and asked me if she could perform last year. Because nobody understood that Tanya, not just a Zumba instructor, she can dance.
Yes, she can.
So when she came up to accept her award, we had already planned this, how she was going to do it. And when she accepted her award, and she just bust out and said, "And I am your surprise performance," and her and those ladies hit that stage.
And they did that Beyonce. I remember her husband was up there throwing roses and everything.
Yeah, that was like my all-time favorite.
Yes, I do remember that. So let me ask you this. What inspires you daily? Like, what keeps Angel Babie Penn going?
Being the best person that I can be, and being able to look in the mirror and say, "Girl, I love you."
I love you.
Because, you know, a lot of people don't like themselves.
This is
You can't-
true.
If you don't like yourself, you definitely can't like anybody else. I need to just be able to look in the mirror and feel good about who I am. That's what inspires me, and it keeps me being a better person each day.
Look at you. I love that about you. Okay, since we asking these questions, let me get even a little bit deeper. What are your plans next year for the Feature Highlight Awards?
I knew you would ask me that. But unfortunately, Corey, I can't share that with you because that is the 5th year. So the 5th year is going to really be something big, so I'm not ready to share that quite yet. But I promise you, you all will find out real soon.
So you've been doing this for 5 years.
Yes, I can't believe it. I mean, the first year I did it, you know, I tried to get 2 other people to do this with me. And what was said to me is, why would you want to give to people who never give you anything?
Wow.
And what you don't understand, you may give to people and you may not ever get anything back for them, but guess what? It's coming back some kind of way.
I agree.
So yes, for me to be going into the 4th year, and you know, I pay all expenses out my pocket. I get some sponsors here and there, but it doesn't really, you know, put a dent in the expenses. So yeah, I'm very proud.
Wow, so you do all this yourself, the funding and everything. So with the awards, do you try to change it up every year?
Actually, the categories stay the same, but this year, I did change up some awards. You know, we used to have the male and female band of the year.
Yes.
And I changed that to the variety and cover bands of the year. And this year we have a host of the year
Say it again.
We have a Host of the Year award.
One more time. I don't think they heard it.
We have a Host of the Year award.
Vote for me, okay? When nominations come out, we will let you know. Okay, so who's gonna be your host or some of your? Can you tell me that?
Can I tell you
Who's gonna
what?
be your host or some of your correspondents on the red carpet?
Well, you know, Gavin Williams and C. Ricardo Briggs have been the hosts for the last 3 years.
Yeah,
This year is kind of flipping the strip. They're going to be on the red carpet this
Wow.
year. And I found a very handsome young man that's going to be hosting the show this year. His name is like Mr. Petty. You might know him as Corey Jones. And of course, we have another host that's coming on this year, but that's a surprise. I'm not going to.
So I can't.
No, I'm not going to
I can't
divulge
tell.
who that person is
I
at
can't
this
tell.
moment. No, you can't tell them right now.
So if I tell them, I'm in trouble.
You're in trouble.
Let me ask you this. You do a lot for entertainers.
Mm-hmm.
Do you sing yourself?
I used to sing.
Why don't you stop?
Well, I used to sing, I used to dance, I used to do a lot of things, but singing was my passion. My sisters would tell you I used to dress up, make them sit on the floor and listen to me sing. I mean, that was like a whole concert. And I used to sing. I had a lot of people ask me to sing, sung in church, but I had lesions on like the very back of my throat. And they thought they was cancerous, so they went in and they had to remove those. They had to do a lot of cutting, and while they was in there, they took tonsils, adenoids, and I mean everything. And I healed. It took me a long time to heal. It took me months to heal because, you know, when you're older and they do that kind of stuff, it's hard on you. Well, I developed scar tissue, so they had to go back in and cut out the scar tissue. And when they did that, of course, you know, I come back out. I love to sing. And when I heard my voice, I was like, this is not the voice that I know. And I'm a perfectionist. And so I was like, I can't sing again. And my family hated that. Well, I didn't really have a lot of supporters, but those who knew I could sing, they hated that because they was like, you could have worked on that. But by that time, Corey, I was so into supporting other people and helping them not give up on their dreams. And that's what drives me now.
Yeah, and I noticed that about you, and that's what I love about your spirit. Like, you're someone who always pushes the next person.
Mm-hmm.
You know, no matter what their dream is, you're behind someone 110%, and you never have your hand down.
Right.
You're never looking for nothing in return. You know, having a humbling spirit like that, was you taught that from your mother, your father? Like, where did you learn that coming up?
Well, I learned it from my grandmother because my grandparents really raised me. And my mother passed away when I was young. My father passed away when after my 3 days after my 16th birthday. So a lot of my grooming came from my grandparents. But I always watched women around me. And I always wanted to be a person that I liked, that I appreciated, that I loved, and that I was proud of. I never really cared about what anybody else thought because I figured if I liked myself and I loved myself, that was enough. So that's where that comes from.
I agree with that. I totally agree with that. I've always lived with the motto of God made me in His image, so I'm not worried about what man sees me as.
Right.
You know? You've definitely inspired me when no one was behind me doing my comedy and stuff like that. You were definitely one of the people of many who was behind me and telling me to keep pushing. You know, I thank you for that. You know, I thank you also for giving me my award or having the people, you know, nominate me and know who acknowledge me for my attributes and stuff like that. This is why I made you the first guest.
Thank
because
you so much.
It's not a problem. I believe that we should start off with greatness.
See, now you're going to make me cry because, you know, I have this hard exterior, so
Yeah, I know.
don't really know that
You know, I know you
that.
soft inside. It's
Yeah,
like
I
you
am.
chocolate chip cookie on the outside, but you really soft chips on the
Yeah.
inside. I know this, you know. And I just want you to know that I'm glad that we started the show with you. Because someone such as you who's humble, who's a solid figure in the community, because you do a lot for the community. And a lot of people don't know that. And matter of fact, can you tell us some of the things that you do for the community?
You know, I have a friend by the name of Nikki Barkley.
Yes.
So I really back her a lot with her End of the Summer Jam. Because her End of the Summer Jam, you know, is always giving back to somebody. Whether it's giving students scholarships to college, helping someone with hospital bills. So I do a lot of the work behind the scenes with her, you know, telling her whatever you need me to do, I'm there for you.
Awesome,
you know,
awesome,
you know.
awesome. That's awesome. Well, we're going to get right back with you. We're going to check one of our correspondents real quick, and we'll be right back.
This is Ty Caldwell with Purpose TV, and I'm on location here at the Hayti Heritage Center here in Durham, North Carolina, with Mr. Ricky Kelly. We are here at, is it the second screening?
Yes, the second screening.
The second screening back at popular demand here at the Hayti Heritage Center, and it is Black Beach, White Beach, correct?
That's it.
How did you know this is going to be a great documentary?
Simply because it was, the amount of people that were involved in this. You got 500,000 people coming to the Myrtle Beach area, Atlantic Beach area every year, and that's a lot of people. And over the last, 25, 30 years, those numbers, I just thought that there was an audience for this.
How long was this in the making?
I've been attending Black Bike Week for the past 20 plus years. And I started going to the White Bike Week or the Harley Davidson Week probably 8 to 10 years ago. And there was a stark difference in, the treatment and how we were being portrayed. During the interview process, I would go to different businesses and different locals from Myrtle Beach. And they all tend to have these horror stories of, well, you guys are tearing up hotel rooms and you're leaving trash everywhere and just all this. And I said, you're having sex in the street. And I'm like, did you personally see that? And it's always something that someone told them. And I was like, I've been going for years and I ain't never seen that kind. I've seen some really, some wild behavior, girls twerking on cars and that type of thing. But I've never seen anyone having sex or doing anything just that crazy. But contrast that to my trips to the White Bike Week or Harley Week. I've seen women topless. Okay. I've seen women on the back of motorcycles topless with a bottle of Jack Daniels in their hand, riding right by the police, you know. And this type of behavior, of course, was totally unacceptable during Black Bike Week. So the police presence and just our treatment is what made me decide to really want to do this story.
The climate that we're in right now, racism is just a major issue. So do you think that has a lot to do with the differences in both of the bike weeks?
We're talking about South Carolina first and foremost, and that's like the bastion of racism, in all honesty. You look at their education, they're ranked number 50 in America. It's like ignorance, I think, breeds racism, and there's certainly a lot of ignorance that goes on in Myrtle Beach. I mean, throughout the South, you got Alabama, Mississippi, some of these states that are still stuck in this racist mentality or have this racist mentality. So South Carolina is known for it. And, when you go there, you can just feel that, you're not welcome here. They want your money, but they don't want you.
What do you want people to walk away with? What is the purpose other than telling the story? What's the outcome that you want from it?
I want people to come away with a sense of history and learning about how this all began. See, it all began in Atlantic Beach, South Carolina. That's was the only black beach in that area that we could go. And there was a chain that went out into the ocean that divided the black beach from the white people's, just a chain in the ocean, like you're in the same water, but there's a chain out there. The famous entertainers like James Brown, Patti LaBelle, and some of the big artists, they could perform in Myrtle Beach, but once the show was over, they had to get out. They couldn't stay in Myrtle Beach, they couldn't sleep in those hotels, they couldn't eat in those restaurants. So they went back to Atlantic Beach and continued to party on. So Atlantic Beach, which is called the Black Pearl, was founded in 1934 by a group of black investors, that wanted to have something for us, so they purchased this 94 acres of land.
Awesome.
And here we are today.
There are two events in Myrtle Beach, Harley Week and there's Black Bike Week. One event is welcome and one event was not welcome.
We started inviting all these other motorcycle clubs to celebrate Memorial Day weekend with us here in Atlantic Beach.
The Harley is an older group of people that come to Myrtle Beach. We'll probably have a couple thousand to 3,000 bikers during this week.
What about Black Bike Week, the following week? What kind of numbers are you expecting for that? And
300 plus thousand. You're worried about that 23-mile loop, aren't you?
The battle that we're looking at, it will implode upon itself just like slavery did.
When black bikers came to town, they were arrested for minor infractions.
If we're going to arrest somebody, then they're going to be a problem.
Nothing is going to change in Myrtle Beach until we change ourselves.
What's the worst thing you've ever seen out here?
Too many police. Really, too many police.
You want to commit a crime in the state of South Carolina, this is the weekend. You will not get caught. Every police in the state is right here.
Atlantic Beach was so sacred to us as a people of color. This is our black pearl.
There would be no bike week without Atlantic Beach. If there's no Atlantic Beach, sooner or later, there will be no bike week.
Everything that we do out here, we do on our own.
This was a terrible event. It is time for that bike fest to come to an end.
I know the word is going to spread. How do people get in contact with you?
Well, you can reach me at blackbeachwhitebeach.com. We have a Facebook page. We have a YouTube page. Also, my personal page is Ricky Kelly, RICKY KELLY. And if you have any questions about, our future for this project, follow our page, like our page, share our content, and be on the lookout for it. All right?
This is Ty Caldwell signing off with Purpose TV. Back to you guys in the studio.
My street team, I love them. That's another word from our correspondent. Thank you to be back with us. We're still here with the lovely Angel Babie Penn. Mrs. Penn, I'm going to let you get up out there. I know I'm holding you all day, but I ask you a couple more questions.
Okay, Corey.
What are some of your next projects?
I'm working on my book, my life story.
Okay.
And of course, I'll be starting the nominations in May for the Feature Highlights Award.
The nominations. How does that go about? Because I know a lot of people think you look out for certain people or you got something to do with the nominations and stuff like that. So explain that to me.
Well, I think my friends know by now because a lot of them have never won that. I have nothing to do with nominations. But the nominations is public. It's all public. I always post on all the social medias and other people share when nominations come up for specific categories. I do not nominate. I do not vote because I don't want to be biased. But you have to be justified to be nominated, meaning you have to be actively working in that category. Because you sing in the shower, you can't be nominated
So
for Artie. No.
I can't do the singing.
No, just because you take pictures on your cell phone don't mean you can be photographer of the year. So you have to be justifiable to be nominated because I don't want my awards to be looked at as something that's not, stable. These are important awards. These people have worked hard in these categories, so I want to make sure we have the right people in there.
Yeah, I know your awards are taken very seriously. The last two I've been to, I remember the first one I went to, it was a storm. It was a hurricane. And it was fully packed with people in there, dressed to their tees and their finest. I'm telling you.
God is good.
Yes. And the second go around, I was there, same situation, not rain, but it was a great day, and it was packed again. So I see that this is something that they take seriously, entertainers, even the people, that support these entertainers, That's a great thing to do. And this, you say you have a book coming about your life story. What's the name of your book?
I don't have a title yet. I'm still working on the book. But when you read it, it's going to even blow your mind. Because, when people think they know you, they would be surprised at the things that you've gone through. And I'm willing to share those things because it's made me the person I am today. But it will be mind-blowing. And I think it'll be an inspiration to a lot of people out there.
Well, I thank you, Miss Angel Babie Penn, for spending your time with us. This is Corey Jones. I'm your in-studio host with Purpose TV. And we're signing off and signing out. And until next time, we don't discover stars by accident. We discover them on purpose.